Oh my god! Classic Lav! Walking it back straight away when challenged by someone who knows.
All I gave him is our logs before you were a weaselly little worm and deleted them all, you weirdo.
So Lav is totally delusional.
Great, and I know you because of false allegations you've made about other people besides Hassan in the past. I haven't talked about any of you talking Connor after we hooked up. I haven't leaked any of the private shit about our hookup, but you're out here literally giving details in
Steven,
personal
you just publicly threatened me.
Lav has been making claims about Destiny. Lav and Mr. Girl did a stream together in which there were some claims made in that. Destiny was reacting to it last night. Lav then spoke about it on another stream. It then led to Destiny and Lav talking together on stream. Yesterday, Destiny was reacting to the Lav and Mr. Girl conversation. Okay? And he was being very forthright in his perspective and revealing some information about, you know, some behind the scenes stuff in response to what was being said on stream. Okay? Lav is on Tuna Chip's stream. And in the course of this conversation, the drama starts. Who's Tuna Chip? Okay. So anyway, this happens for a little bit. Now, from what I can see here, all of this happens over the course of about 3 to 4 hours. You know, 3 to 4 hours approximately, this conversation goes on for, right? Following this conversation happening, Destiny gets wind of it. And Destiny wants to get involved. Destiny wants to join the call. Let's be honest. That's what everyone wants to see. Everyone wants to see Destiny join. So let's cut straight to the chase. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. Let's get into the memes.
In an extreme way.
I'm just confused as to why half the shit matters.
I mean, we may as well hash this whole thing out.
Sex life details in here? Is that what's going on?
It's gross.
I'm so lost as to why it matters.
Right.
Yeah, we're down the
Personal
rabbit
sex
hole.
life details, and Zonia saying it's gross as if you didn't just fucking try to bait me into substantiating. What
No,
we met
because
up.
you were vague posting about the shit, and I was like, fuck it, just put it out there. Don't
Now
vague
you
post
get
about
in
it
front of
anymore.
Steven and you're like,
Did ads just start running? Did ads just start running? Ah, that's so funny. Get fucked, losers. Get fucked. Get fucked.
oh, so gross.
Well,
Can't
Okay,
believe
wait.
you're
I just want
doing this.
like a really clear, like, yes or no. Lav, when you were blowing up on my stream, doing like
Cannot
all the
believe
big
we're
streams were
having
happening. Wait.
conversation right now. Hold on.
I don't know if they actually did or not, but it'd be funny if they did.
This is not Destiny. This is a Destiny AI bot. I have no idea who we're talking to right now.
That we have talked since November. I'm a little overwhelmed. I'm feeling a bit emotional. Give me like 30 seconds of like small talk, please.
Where'd you get that hat at?
Amazon.
Chud Nation.
Thank you for the sub.
What's it supposed to be of?
It's like a cat hat. I'm like a cat in the hat.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Glasses are from Warby Parker. Not sponsored.
Why'd you go with the blue snowball instead of the blue Yeti?
I actually have a blue Yeti and it's not set up. I also got one of those like e-horror like ASMR ear mics. And I'm ready to
I thought you were done doing sex work.
Welcome to Chud Nation.
Is ASMR sex work?
I don't
Not
know if you're doing with the
necessarily.
ear. I think if you're doing with the weird ear mics, you know, I don't know.
Oh, I'm
I
not
don't-
gonna do like the. I'm gonna read like I'm gonna read Harry Potter or something.
Do you
I'm not
think?
gonna like.
Do you think
the
like
tongue sounds.
asexuals aren't capable of doing ASMR?
This is this reminds me of the whole the Patreon fiasco, you know? Oh yeah, I'm just gonna be putting up videos of some sort of like vagina focused thing, but it's not sexual, it's sex journalism, and women are gonna watch it.
More work on stream, Stardust? Is this some ace erasure going on here?
I don't know. I don't know.
Look, all I'm saying is you know damn well that there are people yoinking their dicks to that shit. Okay, that's
Sure.
all I'm saying.
I think
True.
people yoink their
True.
weenies to just about anything these
They're
days.
yoinking right now. They're yoinking right
They're
now.
yoinking. There are people with one hand in their pants and one hand on the chat.
I've been seeing
Okay, that is pretty dishonest, right? Like, yeah, people can jerk off to anything, but obviously there's certain content that's going to be more sexualized, that's going to, you know, be more influential to someone jerking off.
typos in every single chat. We know where the yoinking's happening.
True.
Okay, just a random timeline question. Okay.
Yes.
When you started to come on and there were the huge, like 10 to 15,000 viewer streams, I'm pretty sure we had been done doing anything sexual for like weeks or months at that point. Is that true or false?
Weeks or months are really different, Stephen. But that's November 9th. It had been 2 months since we met up.
Okay.
1 month. Wait, hold on, Stephen. 1 month since you asked to drive with me to TwitchCon.
Which we didn't do. We didn't meet up at all, right?
Yes, which we didn't do. But
Okay.
of course, that was, are you gonna try?
So all I'm hearing is it was months, is what I'm hearing.
To pretend that wasn't going to be, that we were just going to be like hee friends?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Sure, but it was there, right? Like we hadn't closed the door. We hadn't closed the door.
Oh, well, listen, my door's never closed, okay? But
I'm saying
is
I know.
we didn't
my
have,
God.
there was, you present this as though you're coming on to, this is just the impression that I
Wait,
think
I'm
you're
not
getting.
presenting anything.
Okay, I'm sorry. It is
I'm not
being
presenting
presented.
anything.
I'm using the passive voice now. It's being presented
Yeah,
as
I think Harvey Weinstein said a similar thing, to be honest with you.
though you are coming onto my stream into the combat zone, crying in private because of how traumatic it is, and then I'm sexting you at the same time. But there's like at least a month or two, I think you just said 2 months of distance between us having any type of sexual relationship and the crazy combat sports you're doing on my stream.
Any sort of sexual relationship. Steven, you just said that in October, it could have been, we were still flirting. We had never had the conversation like, let's not do this. Our last in-person meetup, we had done something sexual together. There was no door that was closed. We were still absolutely flirting with each other. And I think we both like were open to sexual experiences in the future, right? Neither of us had a negative sexual experience with each other. So it's not like there was like some moment in which it was like not expected anymore. So yes, I still think that we had an open door policy for our sexual relationship.
Okay, I'm gonna repeat the same question because what you just did was so.
And
like,
also,
well, hold on, wait. You just said a whole bunch of things. So the reality is we had. Now you can say there was a quote unquote open whatever, but the reality was we hadn't done anything sexual. I don't even think we traded like a pic or vid or anything for. I want to say it was over a month. It might have been 2 before like shit started to blow up.
Okay, the time frame though. What are you trying to insinuate with bringing up like it had been a month? Like what does that
Because
mean?
you're
Why are you
making
bringing
it
that
sound
up?
like you're getting extremely traumatized on my stream while we have an active sexual relationship, which was not true.
First of all, I did not make that claim.
Okay, I'm curious. If you were to pull your chat or ask everyone else in this room, does it seem like she's implying that
No,
we
I implied that with.
Yeah, that's Spotted Toad, you're right. What we need to do is we need to look at Destiny's spreadsheet and we need to check when it was edited to have Lav's details removed. That will give us the true information about when they truly were over from a sexual perspective.
Anna, I absolutely implied that with Anna.
Okay, I'm telling you that you implied that with yourself on Max's stream multiple times.
If I implied that, I completely recant it.
Okay.
If I did imply that, I don't think
cool.
I have.
Oh my God! Classic Lav! Walking it back straight away when challenged by someone who knows. Classic. Absolutely classic move.
That's good. Okay. Do you, at no point in time, either implicitly or
back in like 1 sec,
explicitly,
I'm still listening.
did I ever say that you had to do some sexual act or send me anything ever to get on my stream? Didn't I say exactly the opposite?
Hold on. Do you think that you need to implicitly say something for it to exist?
Well, implicit implies it's not being said, but it's being implied. Did I ever imply that?
Did I ever make the claim that was what? First of all, you're pretend. Okay, so let's make it very clear that Max feels differently about this than I do.
Well, then why do I care what? Okay, well, what is Max's justification?
This is why I watched your stream today and I was like, what is he saying? I was like, why is he acting like I am saying everything that Max has said?
This is gold.
I watched your stream and I was like, why are you going so hard on me?
Because you're his star witness there supporting you. You guys are both sitting there gaslighting
That's
each other
not
that I'm
true.
a rapist, sexual abuser.
Apparently there's 13 people. I am one of those people and I have not even made a personal fucking statement. I have not made a statement. All I gave him is our logs before you fucking were a weaselly little worm and deleted them all, you fucking weirdo.
You understand that the reason why I had to delete those logs.
This is you. You're like
okay, go ahead, Lav.
You're like I have the logs for everything. I have every single log. Show me a screenshot. And then I go back and you delete them all? Fucking weird, dude.
So
fucking
the reason
weird.
Let me know when you're done. Okay.
I'm done, I think.
Here's the reality. And I think you guys both know this, but you probably don't care at this point because you're both taking on water. You leaking my personal relationships with other people doesn't really make me look bad because I'm a man. All you're doing is hurting the other people involved.
Wait, I'm not
so
trying to
when
make
you
you-
guys are, I don't care what you're trying. You literally leak false information this stream, saying
what
shit like
false
I've hooked up with Madame Genevieve. I've never even seen her in real life before.
No. I didn't say that you hooked up with Madame Genevieve. I said that you guys had a sexual relationship. You
literally
went
had-
on the
I
record
had
to
literally
say that you guys
10
sexted.
I had literally 10 different people message me telling me a list of people that I hooked up with. That's just one that you mentioned that I've never seen before. So you're either misspeaking more than you
Wait,
realize.
so did
Okay, I must correct some misinformation. It isn't actually true that Destiny hasn't seen her before. At Twitch, I don't think they had sex. You know, I mean, I don't know either way, but it doesn't prove they had sex, is what I'm trying to say. But at TwitchCon, you can see in the stream at TwitchCon, because I remember I was there, Madame Genevieve comes up, and Destiny's like, oh, hey, how's it going? To Madame Genevieve. So Destiny, misinformation debunked. Destiny misinformation debunked. Yeah, you can. I think the video's up somewhere. I don't need to go and find it, do I? You know, my word is my bond. My word is my bond. It definitely happened, okay? But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, right? I was there as well, and I didn't fuck Destiny, right? So obviously that isn't proof in and of itself they had sex. It's just proof that they met, obviously.
Did you
Or
not?
you're
Wait,
lying
so
to me
did you
right
not
now.
sex? Did you not have a sexual relationship with Genevieve?
I can't confirm or deny anything because if I start confirming or denying anything, then you
What
guys ask me
the fuck,
questions
you
about any
fucking
person.
weasel?
Lav,
It's not,
come
it's not
on.
weaseling.
Lav,
It's not weaseling.
you have absolutely no fucking right to have access to my or any other woman's personal sexual
She
relationship.
said
Unless you wanna go
that
ask
on
them.
the record. She is public with it.
Then I don't.
She is
first of all,
public with it.
That's fine. If she's public with it, then you don't need to ask me. But I'm not in the business here of dicking people down and then bragging about it on stream. That's not
I
something
didn't
that
say
I'm
you were
interested in
doing-
doing.
I did
That's
not
what you're
say that you
asking
were
me to
doing-
do. That's what you're asking me to
What?
do right now.
No, I'm not.
That's what you're.
I said
You're
no
begging
because
me
you're
to confirm or deny
no,
a
you're
sexual
being
relationship right now.
so-
I'm not going to do that here,
You are
Lav.
being so weaselly. We brought that up because I said that it was strange
Yeah,
that you
I
had
mean-
a sexual relationship with her, and then you were like, "We never hooked up," and I said,
Look, Destiny is Akuma, and he, you know, I cannot. Oh God, it's just like Jesus, man. Just sort your shit out, dude. What are you doing? Fucking, it seems like a nightmare. But anyway, that's his business at the end of the day. And what I do think's a bit weird is like, you know, this idea that like Destiny's sexual matters are like up for speculation, and you know, it all gets speculated on and discussed and shit like that. I mean, obviously, it's great content. Okay, you can't deny that. It's fucking banging content, and you know me, I love a bit of content, right? But you know, I think for the purposes of the other party, I think this is true. I don't like this idea that like someone sleeps with Destiny and it's supposed to be like a discreet thing,
to Chud Nation.
and then it all gets kind of brought up and discussed. Now, certainly, his entire career now is going on red pill shows to talk about his sex life and going on his own streams to litigate the details of his sex life with his partners. So I understand that, and I agree with you that Destiny obviously talks about his sex life and stuff like that, but you know, it's not about Destiny, right? I'm talking about the other people that are involved that aren't necessarily looking to have the details of their personal matters, you know, leaked on the internet. You do take the risk, obviously, if you do engage with someone who's like somewhat famous in the space, certainly. But the bigger problem here is not even necessarily the people that do sleep with him. What about the people that don't sleep with him, right? And then it gets said, oh, you slept with Destiny, and people have a certain impression or like view of you. And that gets discussed, like, you know, it's kind of, it's not really cricket, is it, you know? Like who? This is the problem, is retards like you just believe everything that you see on the internet, right? So you go, oh, well, if someone said that happened, then that happened. And then the person is in a position where they've got to like, you know, say it didn't happen and somehow prove it didn't happen, which they can't do. So obviously the idea they slept together because it's like floated just gets perpetuated. Do you see what I mean? He's got a pattern of behavior. Yeah, okay. So Destiny has got a pattern of behavior. Does that mean that Kelly Jean should be getting DMs from people going, oh, can I just check whether or not you're actually platonic with Destiny? Does that mean Kelly Jean should get those messages? That's fucking insane. That's literally fucking insane.
you didn't hook up. You sexted and you're like, well, I can't confirm nor deny. What the fuck, Steven?
I had 10 different people tell me that you said that we hooked up. Maybe all of them misheard, in which case that's fine. But still, the fact that
you had
even
a sexual relationship.
So I don't know. This might have happened already in the stream. Obviously, I'm not watching the whole thing, but you know, it's stuff like this, right? So basically, long story short, Lav said on stream. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. My understanding is Lav said on stream that Destiny slept with Pixie, right? Correct? Is that what happened? So, you know, Lav is saying that Pixie slept with Destiny, and now Pixie has got to, like, clarify the information. It's wild. It's, like, insane. It's Revan. Thank you for the sub.
Nation.
Why would you lie about me sleeping with Destiny? Was there anything I said that gave you that idea? I'm not going to lie, I'm supremely pissed right now and just want to make a final good faith attempt at trying to figure out where your head is at before I explode. This is insane. This is completely out of fucking control. The fact that like women that haven't slept with Destiny and have just got some sort of friendly or professional relationship have got to come out and be like, hey, by the way, guys, didn't sleep with Destiny. Because some fucking moron on their stream, I don't know like where she would have got this from or why she said this. I've got a couple of ideas. To the point where she's got to come out and deny it happened. Pixie is forced by Destiny to say this. How? What? Why? Has Destiny ever given the impression that, or ever said that he slept with Pixie? Oh, I didn't mean to lie. I thought it was public. I can rewrite the record. I apologize. I thought you guys had a public relationship. Love is so full of shit. She just makes something up fucking wholesale, and then when challenged on it goes, oh, got it wrong. I'll correct the record. It's like, you can't really put the toothpaste back in the tube though, can you? So stupid. No, I never did anything with Steven. The most he's ever sent me was like a... this emoji. And I've gotten that from plenty of men and women. That's why I want to know who would tell you that so I can confront them, or if you got me confused with someone else, maybe. God, Pixie is being so nice as well. Pixie's being so nice about it too. I think I may have. I really am so sorry. I just publicly said I was wrong. Seriously, I'm sorry. I think I may... it's okay, as long as it doesn't happen again. If you could tweet out a correction or have a clip I can tweet out to set the record straight, that would be much appreciated. I know mistakes happen. I try to give everyone second chances because life is difficult when we all mess up here and there. You can share these DMs if you'd like. If I tweet, it would be a frenzy. Okay, sounds good. How do people like defend Lav? How is it that people attach their whole credibility to this fucking moron? It's absolutely, it's unreal to me. It's committing harikiri with your public perception over this complete buffoon. I don't know, man. Crazy. Wouldn't be me.
Lev,
Okay.
you're trying to leak all sorts of stuff right now as gotchas. None of this is going to make me look
what
bad.
leak?
All you're doing is harming the other people involved.
There is no leak that is not public. Everyone knows that you and Cherry had a public relationship because she fucking did a twit longer about it. Everyone knows that everyone is or going to know because Madame Genevieve went on the record, said that she was completely perfectly comfortable with stating that you guys had a sexual relationship. Kelly Jean has publicly said that you tried to sleep with her and she said no. There's all of this is public. I have not leaked anything.
Lav, when you say tried to sleep with, there's a lot of people that I've like flirted with and it didn't go anywhere. Do you understand that that's what you mean when you say tried to sleep with? Like, I flirted with Kelly Jean in a but that's not the message you're conveying. You're making me sound like a rapist. He tried to sleep with him. I flirted with Kelly. I flirted with Kelly 6 years ago.
That is a ridiculous implication.
No, it's not. It's an idiot. When you say, oh, this person tried to sleep with someone, okay? That doesn't give the impression of like, you know, like flirting in DMs or something like that. It gives the impression of some sort of IRL dynamic where you try to, you know, put it upon them or put the riz on, you know? Like, try to have sex with someone doesn't relate to me like flirting in a Discord message, right? If someone said to me, oh, I tried to have sex with this person and they weren't interested, I would not think that's like flirting in Discord, right? It sounds like you've put the riz on in real life to some level, right? It could just be that you're like, you know, you're at a bar, maybe trying to talk to them to get them home at its minimum, all the way to being in a private setting and you're trying to put the moves on them, right? There's absolutely no way that a reasonable person would interpret that as, oh, we just flirted a bit in DMs. So Lav is totally fucking delusional in her assessment here. And, you know, as someone who has made various allegations against different men, I'd have thought she'd have got a good handle already on what that looks like and what the implications are, but clearly not.
Lav,
and I absolutely did not do that. You are being so
Lav, you called me the Harvey Weinstein of Twitch.
Oh my gosh. Yes, okay, there is
what do you think
listen,
that implies?
When we go back in our DMs, I send you a scantily clad photo and you say, "Welcome to the Orbiters Club."
Yeah, and I've asked you if you're doing okay, and you're like, I still want to fuck you. Of course we joke. Do you really think that was your entry into my stream? Well, I got perms after that. I don't know. So, okay, just to be clear, you're hinging all of my implied sexual coercion on me saying, welcome to the Orbiter Club.
Implied sexual coercion. Listen.
I just want to hear you say that. You're telling me that you think that was the serious me saying, welcome to the Orbiter Club. You've made it because you sent me a picture?
I think your implied sexual coercion, this is what I think. Because I really do not want anyone to put words in my mouth, okay? I think that you live an extremely messy sexual life, okay? I think that when you mix that with now 8 to 13,000 people who are now part of your life parasocially, it is even messier and potentially abusive. I think, hold on, let me finish. I am aware that a lot of this is like just the way that I feel, right? And part of me feels very sheepish and embarrassed that I feel like I expected you to protect me more after having
Okay, I'm not going to let you ramble on this. Lav, with all due respect, the one who's making this messy in front of my audience is you and Max.
Are you fucking kidding, Steven? You, for years, have been known to have the messiest...
I mean, okay, whilst I somewhat agree with that sentiment, while I somewhat agree with the sentiment that obviously Mr. Gunn and Max are, like, making it messy, like, Destiny does live a pretty, you know... I mean, for fuck's sake, Destiny just did a stream a couple of weeks ago where he was live on stream trying to figure out whether or not he was catfished. And then there was another person that was saying it was a catfish. And then the catfished person was saying, no, it's not. I didn't watch it. Right? Okay? Let's be fucking real here. That's a pretty messy situation. Right? So whilst I agree with the sentiment, I think it's, it's undeniable that Destiny lives an extremely, fractious sexual lifestyle. That some of it gets publicized outside of like the actions of Max and Lav.
Fucking sexual social life in this fucking sphere. Don't you dare.
I have had sexual relationships with tons of people where nothing has gone public. You're looking at the most public-facing stuff and trying to condemn all of my sexual relationships on that.
I found you through Anna. I found you through the fucking Anna shit.
That's great, and I know of you because of false allegations you've made about other people besides Hassan in the past.
Here we go. Like, This is
Like what?
this is what you do. I bring something up, and then you have to make me a liar. You can't
because you
have
lied.
to
Because you
have to
lied
paint this
multiple
whole fucking
times.
picture.
Because
so
Steven,
this-
you lie.
Okay, I've got to be honest with you, right? I'm really annoyed with Tuna Chip. Why the fuck is he playing Tetris? This is so distracting, right? This is honestly the most fucking distracting thing. Okay. Why do streamers do this, right? They've got the fucking primo content. They've got the absolute primo fucking content, right? And they're playing Tetris. At least go full screen on your cam or something like that.
All the time
Is-
also. You lie
This
all
is
the time also. And this is what you do. You say, so what, I'm a liar.
Alright,
You're
Tuna
also
Chip.
a liar. That's not up for fucking debate. We're talking about you right now, Steven. And you're
you're
like, no,
you're
but
obsessively
you
talking
don't need
about
to talk
my.
about me.
You're
Obsessively,
I do
Steven,
need
I
to
haven't
talk
talked
about
you for
Of course-
months.
What do you mean? You just had a 5-hour
Thanks for the
struggle
bits.
session stream on me like 4
And
nights
before
ago.
that, when was the last time I spoke about you?
Constantly. You don't think I get DMs leaking of
Name
you
another
talking
time.
shit about me?
Name
You do it
another
in private
time.
discords all the time.
Name another time.
Do you want to listen to the audio recordings I have of you talking to me in multiple fucking rooms? Lav, why are you pretending that I...
Substantiate it. Yeah, send it to me in DM. Substantiate.
Substantiate.
You have been
I'm not
on
gonna tell you my
stream
sources.
because you have been on stream for days, weeks, months talking shit about me, and I have said fucking nothing publicly where you have dragged me through the fucking mud every chance you get when anyone comes on and fucking talk shit about me, and you say I'm looping?
Lav.
You go over fucking everything. You also loop, dude.
Lav.
It's a fucking joke.
Only time I bring you guys up are when you bring me up. You're the one that, by the way, sexually abused me by leaking details of our hookups to a guy that
have
you know hates us.
got to be
by
fucking kidding.
leaking. Yeah, you have. I haven't talked about any of you shit talking Connor after we fucking hooked up. I haven't leaked any of the private shit about our hookup. But you're out here literally giving
never-
details to every fucking
Oh,
person.
you are
have.
Oh my god! Release the Kraken! Release the Kraken! Release the Kraken! We need to see. That would be fucking... Oh my god. Imagine the memes. Imagine the memes.
You absolutely have done this.
Disgusting.
And you're doing it
You-
constantly in these back rooms.
I never did that. You are a fucking liar. That is ridiculous. I can't even believe that you would try to get a fucking lick in like that. You are disgusting.
While you're
I have
constantly
never
doing it on
sexually
stream after
abused you.
stream after
I
stream
have
after stream.
Never.
Really?
This is horribly disgusting. I cannot even believe that you did that. If you want to have a conversation like this, you absolutely cannot talk about my fiance again, and you absolutely cannot make up fucking lies about
Why?
that.
You talk about my fiance all the time, and I'm not lying. You literally
Your
have. You're talking
fiance,
about
I talk
me
about
all
your
the
wife
time in the back.
who your life is public.
Okay, and guess what? Yours is too. If you want to be out here saying, "Oh, the CMO boyfriend," and you want to be talking with Max, you want to be digging into my personal life constantly, then your life is just as public as mine, of course.
I literally can't even believe that you would like blatantly lie like that. Like I'm genuinely. What
Do
the
you want me to
fuck?
repeat what you said about him, and you can tell me if it's a lie or not?
Steven, what the fuck are you doing?
Do you want me to repeat what you said about him, and then you can tell me if it's a lie or not, or? Why don't you guys just stop talking about me publicly, right? You've leaked every
Or
single
you
little
will-
fucking
you're
obsessive
threatening
thing.
me.
Oh, now I'm threatening you like the fake blackmail before? You've already leaked everything about our fucking
Steven,
personal
you just
sexual relationship. Do you
publicly
understand that?
threatened me.
Oh my god.
Steven,
it's
you
the
just
loop again.
publicly
It's the loop
threatened
again.
me with
It's
a
the loop
fucking
again.
lie.
I didn't threaten you with a lie. It's the truth, and you know it.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You realize your entire existence online right now just revolves around threatening to out me as a Harvey Weinstein of Twitch, right?
I have never threatened to out you. I'm not writing the fucking article. You're conflating what I am doing
You're
with
the
Max.
star witness on the article, Lav. What are you talking about? Like 20%
Steven,
of it
no,
is gonna
I
be
am
about
Steven.
us.
I have not
You're
done. I have
literally
not
the
even
person
given a
that
fucking
dragged
statement.
Anna to fucking Max and then mind-fucked her for 3 hours to try to get her to fucking leak all of her fucking logs to
Okay,
him.
first of all, Anna contacted me before I contacted her.
Not
and
about that.
I did not drag her.
Not about
I did not
that.
fucking drag her into
Was it about that? Was it about
Also-
connecting her to Max for
was about
your
you.
little
It was
article
about-
you guys are writing?
It was her saying that you were abusive. It was after you said "shut up, bitch," and she was saying, "I'm so sorry." That's
It is totally reasonable for Lav to have gotten PTSD from this, and that's why this is disgusting. Okay, I am completely immune to these fucking arguments now. If you really are getting that triggered by online shit, don't go online and talk about stuff like this. Just don't do it. Just don't fucking do it. And certainly don't go on fucking streams and talk about it and argue about it and debate it. You know, if you can't handle the fucking discussion or being the topic of conversation, you know? This is what's so annoying about Lav. She complains about being focused on, you know, she's called me obsessed for making all these videos about her and stuff like that, right? Okay? Imagine if there was a fucking celebrity that was constantly in the news for some controversy, right? And all the newspapers were talking about the controversy. And then the person was like, hang on a sec, what are you talking about? You're obsessed. It's like, you're in the fucking mix of discourse. You're at the center of this controversy. You're at the center of what's going on. You know, it's like, yes, welcome to reality. If you constantly make yourself the story, don't be surprised when all the stories are about you.
Steven did that. That's part of Steven has an abusive cycle.
How did Anna get in contact with Max, Lav?
They had talked before.
How did she get in contact with Max for the article?
Wait, hold on. They had spoken before.
That's not what I'm asking you. I'm asking you.
No, okay.
How did you get in contact with Max for the article?
Anna told me that you guys were still sexting. I was like, she was like, God, he's so abusive, but like whatever. And then brings up that you guys are still sexting.
Max, right?
Yeah, and then I went to Max and I said, "Oh my God, Anna just told me that they are still sexting each other and have never stopped."
Yep, and then you connected Anna to Max so she could be part of your guys' little hit piece on me.
Oh God!
What do you mean
it's no coincidence.
I mean, the clarity on that timeline, I think, has been disputed, discussed, and dissected. But you know, I guess that is just 100% confirmation. There's probably something out there that exists already, but for the purposes of this, yeah, I mean. Fuck. The thing is, I don't, you know, Max has made his own bed by attaching himself to this sinking ship, you know, so he plays his own part in this. But I do think that Lav has been particularly manipulative and her actions have kind of been very guided towards certain outcomes, if you see what I mean.
Incidents that Max
Steven,
came on and talked to Eldrazi and no one paid any attention to it, but then like has a stream with you and it's massive. Because like Max has been running this rig for ages.
Steven, every chance I have gotten online, to the detriment of myself, I have said, I do not think what you have done is that bad, worth condemning. I wouldn't personally write an article on you. I literally went against, I don't know if you watched the whole fucking video.
This is the person that came out on stream and said he's like Harvey Weinstein. What? This is what? Why is it with people just rewriting history? She's the person that came out and said, oh yeah, he's basically like, well, I can't remember the exact quote. But, you know, paraphrasing, she said, you know, he's like the Harvey Weinstein of Twitch or something like that.
Video that I did with Max, but I literally was like, this is all my fault. I made a mountain out of a molehill. I don't know what to fucking do. I wish that none of this would have happened. And now you are acting like I am like the fucking...
You literally don't believe any of that. You were giggling.
This is complete bullshit. The stream that she had with Max the other day, in fact... I don't know what to make of this. What do you think about the fact that Max kept trying to like say, Lav, don't talk about this, don't offend you. You know, he kept trying to like do that. He also did this other thing where whenever she said about wanting to go on his stream, he kept reframing it to he baited you to go on stream. He was baiting you. He was like inserting his own words into what she was saying to like reframe it as, oh no, it's this thing, not the thing that you're saying. You know, it's almost like, yeah. But the thing is if you look at her just default position and conversation and words on this, she has absolutely been perpetuating and talking about regularly this idea that Destiny, you know, is this kind of sexual predator-esque person or something like that.
Along with Mr. Girl while he was telling you that you didn't make a mountain out of a molehill. You're right to feel like you were abused and coerced. And that is
okay, here we go. This is the original thing.
I did not allude to him being a Harvey Weinstein. But if the shoe fucking fits, I didn't even say those fucking words. But if you're thinking about it,
If the shit that's it, yeah, that's a President Sunday moment. That's a certified President Sunday moment. I was basically saying it without saying it, but if you say I was saying it, that's crazy. Come on, that's wild. And I'm pretty sure she said it more firmly than that as well. But obviously, I don't have the clips to hand.
It feels very good for someone to tell you that something is not your fault. Yeah.
I'm sure it does, especially when it all is your fault, Lav. I'm sure it feels really good. When you imply over and over again that we had an active sexual relationship while you were blowing up on my stream, you've said it this stream. I'm glad at least you admit that that's not true, that is horribly misrepresented. And then when you're out here talking shit about all these other streamers, about Kelly, about Pixie, about Madame Genevieve, when you're trying to like leak all these other things that you think you may or may not know about me to the detriment of them, because none of this hurts me, right? And then you're sitting here acting like you're the indignant one after you've leaked personal hookup details about me to fucking big tech that's leaking it publicly when you've talked about it multiple times on stream. How do you think you have the fucking high road here? Like, you've done nothing but betray my trust and the trust of every other person for nothing. And if I wasn't sexually abusive or coercive, it's even worse for you because you're leaking it all for attention. You're not even leaking it for a good fucking reason.
This is what I was saying earlier, that it's almost like it's understandable why Steven feels this way, because it's like he didn't do one thing. He didn't do one thing that he doesn't do for anybody, right? And you took that and discounted every part of his friendship.
Okay, sorry, I'm having a conversation with Steven. Okay. You do not need to run defense. I don't want this to be a conversation with a peanut gallery. If it's going to be me and Steven, it's going to be me and Steven.
You understand that it's like also like extra annoying that two messages, I literally explicitly told you that our sexual relationship was totally independent from anything happening on stream, which you seem to understand and joke about. And two, I explicitly checked.
Okay, Steven,
let me finish my sentence. You've cut me off on every single thing.
No. Because Steven, you're talking too fast. You're talking too fast, and it's hard for me to
ramble on some irrelevant shit. Go for it.
And we're not having like a healthy discussion. When I don't have notes, you're talking really fast. If you could please talk slightly slower.
Okay.
Please.
Two things. One, I explicitly told you that nothing we do or did or will ever do sexually has anything with you coming on stream. You joked back at me about that, but I even reaffirmed it to make sure, and you said that you appreciated and you understood that. Number one. And number two, you keep saying I wasn't taking care of you, checking in on you. I explicitly DM'd you to check in on you to see if you were okay, and you told me you were fine. And all of this was happening when we did not have a sexual relationship. How is it my fault for you mind-fucking yourself on my stream?
Steven, I've already conceded publicly and said that was my bad, that I should have managed my own emotions better. If
I'm checking in on you and giving you like clear boundaries on like, hey, this doesn't have to be sexual, blah 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 blah, how is any of this coercive or abusive on my end?
Steven, I don't think that it's coercive or abusive. That is Max.
Then what have I done wrong to you?
I mean, I don't. If you really want to talk about it, then we can talk about it not publicly. I'd like to set that boundary.
I've already talked to you privately, and you wouldn't seriously reference anything. So
no,
I'm asking
when I told you about how I felt, you would like try to debate me out of it.
Because you were already working with a guy who was digging into every woman I've ever talked to, trying to write a sexual assault piece on me.
Steven, you want me to be working with Max?
Wait, sorry, I missed that.
That I should have managed my own emotions better. If
I'm checking in on you and giving you like clear boundaries on like, hey, this doesn't have to be sexual, blah 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 blah, how is any of this coercive or abusive on my end?
Steven, I don't think that it's coercive or abusive. That is Max.
Then what have I
What is Max's take on all of this? Max cannot be happy with that. Surely. He can't be happy with that. That's mental. It's like he's just been, you can hear the sound of boom 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 of him going under the bus. I don't know what to tell you, man. Why anyone would latch themselves on to someone like Lav, who's got this history of dishonesty, of lying, of mistruths, of misrepresentations. I just have got no idea. Oh yeah, I saw this. This is a good meme. That's a good meme. You dodged that bullet. Well, Max's belief on my position is that it's a good job I didn't come out against Destiny, because that would have like hurt my career or something, right? To like burn through a connection. It's almost like you've not come out against Destiny to protect your career, even though he's like a proven rapist. When my position isn't that at all. My position is, I'm glad that I didn't come out or do anything without evidence, without strong, hard evidence of something happening that would lead me to do that, right? Unfortunately, the reality of it is this, okay? Max is high on righteous indignation. That is the unfortunate reality of this. He believes he's right. He believes he's correct in his own head. He thinks that Destiny is doing terrible things. And, anything that backs that up, he latches onto it. Anything that goes against it is dismissed in whatever way he can muster. That's just the reality of what's going on with Max, in my opinion.
Done wrong to you.
I mean, I don't... If you really want to talk about it, then we can talk about it not publicly. I'd like to set that boundary.
I've already talked to you privately, and you wouldn't seriously reference anything. So
no, when I told you about how I felt, you would like try to debate me out of it.
Because you were already working with a guy who was digging into every woman I've ever talked to, trying to write a sexual assault piece on me.
Steven, you want me to be working with...
Okay, what is this? So this is... Is this okay? So when is this? This is September, right? So this is September. When did Lav come on my stream? Oh man, OnlyFans, Chud Logic. Mentally ill OnlyFans blank wants me to delete this video. Okay. This is how OnlyFans manipulates women. So it was on around this time, wasn't it? Streamed August 6th. So this is a month after that OnlyFans shit was happening. Okay, got it. Me when I'm brain dead. What does the bite mark look like now? And he sends this. Still tender. Oh my god. Is this their sexting? Well, Destiny, I remember a time when you... I mean, to be fair, you did defend me. I remember a time when you looked over my sexting. Now it's time to repay the favor. Let's go! Let's go! It's time for me to do to you what you once did to me. Let's do it. What goes around comes around. No. This is Lav leaking this. Oh, man, this is going to be great. I'm looking forward to this. Now, look. I will be fair, okay? As Destiny said for me, I will say for him. Sexting is cringe, right? If you want to challenge me on this, that's fine. All you need to do is really simple. I know this is only going to apply to about 25% of you because you're all fucking virgins, okay? Take a screenshot of your sexting and link it to me in my Discord, and I'll read it on stream. If you think that, like, oh no, my sexting is actually based and not cringe, okay? Send me your sexting and we'll review it right now on stream. What do you reckon? You up for that? No? Well, there we go. That just shows, doesn't it? All sexting is cringe. It doesn't matter. You might look at this and cringe. You would cringe if someone else was reading it. This is how it goes, okay? Really simple. So, there's only one way you can avoid it, is if a woman tries to initiate sexting, you respond and say, and it's a link, and it's just a link to a site, an Amazon link to a copy of the Bible. And you say, that's my response, and it's just a copy of the Bible. That's the only way you can get around this shit, okay? So, what does this bite mark look like now? Some sort of message response. Still tender, devil face. What about the scratches? I don't know, I can't see the ones on my back. I'll check later. And what is that? Is that an ice cream or something? I don't know what that emote is. This Rachel girl is hardcore mind-numbing. Good luck on this one. What's her deal? Everyone's warning me. She's just a huge logic bro. She's going to say multiple times, it's actually a logical fallacy. You're committing the ad hominem fallacy. Lamafal, getting ready to kill myself. Why is she leaking this? What is she trying to prove with this? I don't understand. Is this trying to prove the sexual abuse or something? Remember down the highway, this not across the street. How, what for your wrists? How, we're cheering for you, good luck. Jeez, wait, never mind, I just remembered your anti-sex work, we're cheering for your defeat. Imagine being pro-sex work. Smooth brain. You might be using the wrong input for your Discord, it's crackling a bit. Poop, because you're a man. It seems like every woman I've spoken to about sex work agrees with me fully, or at least sees a lot of merit in what I'm saying. Somehow men are like completely incapable. I chose to see it with good faith, and I'm trying to see if I can say the things I'm saying in a way that is accessible to men, but I'm having a very, very hard time. How do you explain the complexities of growing up female, the sex work pipeline, the mental toll of sex work, to all the men keeping the business going who don't think it's affecting them either? Right, so this is when she pretended to be anti-sex work for a little bit, right? This is when she stopped her OnlyFans, pretended to be anti-sex work for a little while, in order to, in my opinion, cultivate interest in a sex work shit when she released it again. Giga Chad. I feel like it's nothing what I'm saying is even that radical. It's complicated, JLO, extremely helpful response. I pulled my feminist heart out to you. It's a complicated topic, okay? Do you want to chat about it, or do you want me to type out a big response? I feel like I'm going to be too nervous to stream talking to you and people will know something's up. I'll wait till you're off stream, gotcha. I finish at 10 Eastern if you're free. The biggest crime in all of this is the fact that Destiny dedicates so much fucking time in his life to these mentally ill women. What the fuck is he doing? Imagine getting off stream and dedicating time to speak to some mentally ill retard. Like, why the fuck would you do that? Go and play some video games or something, you know? Fuck me. I probably am. I don't know. Let me gather my thoughts and write some notes and stop being a pussy with a little crush and come on stream. It might humanize me. Your viewers need to humanize me. Lol, yeah, the only reason I suggest on stream versus off is that usually when it's one of the conversations, it's a lot better. But if you're uncomfortable, we can always just chat off stream. Either is fine. I'm not uncomfortable. I just will not be able to stop thinking about squirting on your hotel bed. Right. Apparently, from what I understand, squirt is just piss. Okay? Apparently, squirt is just piss. So, Lav pissed on Destiny's hotel bed. Taken from that, alright? Rabid dog. Hang on a minute. Wait. Do you think Destiny wasn't into it? Hang on a minute. Do you think Destiny was like, oh, gross? He was fucking probably into it, wouldn't he? The little fucking dirtbag. Jesus Christ, man. What the fuck? Pistony. Pistony. Oh, no. Okay, anyway. That was an interesting little little sideline. That was an interesting little sideline. Stop taking the piss, guys. Come on, let's get back to the video.
Max, and I'm not working with Max.
You've already read half his manifesto.
I've not read any of it. I've not read a fucking word of it.
Really? How are you referencing things that's going to be in it then on stream?
What do you mean referencing?
You did it once in this conversation with the Welcome to the Orbiter Club. You referenced that.
Oh, sorry. Can you address the cuck question? Was this during the open period of Lav's relationship with Connor? See him over it. Please do not comment on the career of Lav's fiance, Connor, CMO of Ridge Wallet. Please do not comment on that because I understand that's supposed to be secret information. Look, I don't know the timeline on that, okay? I've got to be honest with you. I've got some questions, but let's continue with this.
That's to Max. And
that's
then you
in our logs.
And then, but then you talked about don't spoil. What are you spoiling? The manifesto. You know that's going in it. You've read some of the material that's going to be in it.
No, I have not read it. I have not read it. He said...
I didn't say you read the whole thing, but you know a lot of...
No, in conversations, when me and Max are talking, he'll relate to me when he was going through our logs, because I didn't know what the fuck was in our logs. He'd call me and he'd talk to me about what happened in it, clarify a couple things, because there were some things where, like, after we had talked on the phone, things weren't clear in text. After we had met up in September, what our messages were like after, he wanted to know the context of, and he said, you know what? Right after you sent pictures to Steven, he said, welcome to the Orbiters Club. Isn't that interesting? And I said, that is interesting. I didn't read any of it.
Oh, how do you know there are 13 girls involved in it?
He publicly said that, I think, on his hotline.
So you don't think so despite him muting you multiple times, despite you starting to talk about things and him saying, what are you doing? And you're going, I don't know.
He was going to mute me about Brianna.
Okay.
That was it.
So, okay. I don't believe you at all, but that's fine.
It's also, I'm just going to put it out.
I mean, he muted me when I was talking about Brianna. Like, you don't have to believe me. That's
to reiterate that, hold on, to circle around and to reiterate. So then I haven't done anything wrong by you. Because I'm trying to figure out what it is. Because I checked in on you.
Have you done anything wrong? Have I?
What's this? Oh.
Been uncomfortable with some of the things you've done? Yes.
Prior to Max. Tell me what?
Steven, I told you. I like.
Tell me again.
I feel uncomfortable that we had an open-ended sexual relationship, and that
when I explicitly made it clear that
and I felt like you were letting people shit on me, especially Abba.
Lav. Let's play this in another timeline. Let's say that there are conversations about feminism going on my stream, and you DM me and you go, hey, I really want to be involved in this. If I would have DM'd you and said, nah, sorry, we hooked up, I'm not going to let you in on this one, how the fuck do you think you would have responded? Do you think that would have been the way for me to go?
I probably would have been like, okay, that actually, I mean, that makes sense.
How much, do you understand how much you're lying right now? I can't tell if you, you understand.
Hold on, Steven, can you fucking, you're like, 100 miles per hour. Please just talk a little slower. It is nighttime, okay? When I said, if you would have said,
we don't want Connor to wake up and hear what's going on, do we? Just imagine the muffled sound. Wait, what? What happened? What's going on? Who is she talking to? Oh my God, she's talking to that guy from the hotel room. She's talking to that guy whose hotel bed she pissed on. Fuck.
Like, hey, now that we have a sexual relationship, I'm actually not super comfortable having you on stream because I don't want to give you special treatment. And I feel like because my community goes really hard on people, I don't want that to be our dynamic. I would have been like, fuck. And I would have probably fought back, but it's kind of your responsibility to hold that boundary and be like, this is what I want.
It's my responsibility to make it so that any person I hook up with is not allowed to come onto my stream?
No. I'm saying,
should I just be fucking my way through debate opponents so they can't ever contradict me?
Steven, hold on. I said if you would have set that boundary. I don't think that should be the standard that you have. I think
okay, so here's the standard.
I was still in the hypothetical.
Okay, here's the standard that I have then. What I would say is, hey, we've had a sexual relationship in the past. It doesn't affect anything going forward. We don't have to do anything forward, and we didn't do anything going forward. And then also, I would check on you to make sure that was okay. I did both of those things explicitly, and there are logs to prove it, and there are logs showing you understood that. So I don't know what you think I've done wrong by you, aside from you manipulating me and hiding your feelings to get on stream.
Manipulating you, Steven. Okay, I listen. Again, this is mostly about like feelings, right? So I don't think that there's like, you want me to pick out like an action.
Okay, can we call it what it is? When someone says this is about feelings, my feelings, like that fucking person that put that subreddit post on my subreddit, right? This is a way of saying I don't actually have any evidence of this. There's no evidence I've got to show or demonstrate any of this happening. It's all based on feelings. The problem is that if it was just talking about it or something, that would be fine. But these feelings are being used at the core of something, right? Which is being used, which is this article that's apparently going to come out, which is being used to like justify the idea of cutting ties with this person or coming out strongly against this person or something like that, right? And this has been my issue from the start. I have always said, if there was evidence of Destiny being a giga rapist, okay, I would take that into account and I would act accordingly, right? Whatever that would be, whatever the evidence would be, whatever, etc., right? I'm not going to fucking, you know, do it based on feelings. I'm not going to do it based on, oh, well, this is what I think happened, or this is how I feel it went down. Show me the fucking brass tacks so that I can decide what I want to do, you know? I said from the start, you know, it's about the facts. It's about having evidence. It's about having screenshots of things. If what we end up at is, well, I felt a certain way about it, literally fucking useless. Not interested. Don't care, right? This idea we need to endlessly, constantly validate people's feelings about things is literally insane. And it's the rot at the heart of like the leftoids. The leftoids do this a lot, right? It's not about what the truth is. It's about how you feel about something. And it's just complete bullshit. I'm sick of it, and I'm not interested in this feeling fucking... Facts don't care about your feelings, okay? Facts do not care about your feelings.
Where it is undeniable that you did something wrong, and that's
no,
just
I
like,
want you to pick out an action where
Steven!
I reasonably...
Steven, please, for the love of God. You
Nothing.
want me to pick out something that you could have specifically done, or there one action where things could have been completely different. And we both know that the nuances of...
Please stop. You don't understand the nuances of any interpersonal anything. Please don't talk to me about them. When I have these types of relationships, I try to remove as much of the nuance as possible by being as explicit as possible. And I was with you multiple times.
You can't remove the nuances of
you absolutely can. Instead of trying to figure out maybe she's okay with it, maybe
Chud, do you see how someone, especially people who have a bias for seeing people as victims, I wonder who you're talking about there, would look at this stream like this and say this stream is an example of Destiny abusing women he's sleeping with? If I removed all of the context, if I removed everything that Lav had ever said, if I removed the things that Lav herself is saying on this stream, and it was just a recording of Destiny talking to a woman of an unspecified identity in this way, yeah, I might agree that you might look at it and go, oh, he seems kind of abusive. But when you take it in the context of everything that's happening, right? When you take it in the context of everything that's going on, everything that's been said, everything she's continued to say, no, it's not fucking abuse to defend yourself against people saying things about you which you don't believe to be true and think you've got evidence for the opposite. That is not fucking abuse. Like, what planet are we on where defending yourself from serious allegations now is abuse? What the fuck?
She's not. That's why I explicitly messaged you and said, hey, I know we've been sexual in the past, but that has nothing to do with anything going forward, and it has nothing to do with you coming on stream. There is no nuance in that. That is an explicitly clear statement, and you agreed to it. When I checked on you later and I said, hey, there's a lot of people bullying you right now. Do you feel okay? And you were like, yeah, I'm fine, 100%. That's an explicit statement.
Steven, I will openly admit I should have had firmer boundaries for myself and been more communicative with you. That is not the problem.
What is the problem?
That is not the problem.
What is my problem? What did I do wrong that I should have done better? Tell me an area where I could have improved.
Again, Steven, I think that your relationships are really messy.
I don't care about you're literally in no position to comment on anybody's relationships. I don't care about your opinion on my relationships.
I'm just asked me.
I'm saying
Steven, you asked me a question.
Yes, with you, in regards to you. Tell me what I could have done differently.
Steven, this is what you didn't say. Tell me what I've done differently. You said, "What have I done wrong? What am I?"
I don't give a fuck about a 21-year-old dipshit's opinions on my personal relationships. I'm asking in regards to you. What do you think I could have done differently with you?
I'm gonna be 25 this year. I'm
asking in regards to you. Obviously, I don't need your commentary on my life.
Well, no, you said then what's the problem? You said then what's the problem?
Yeah, so tell me, what did I do that I could have done better with you?
That's a completely wildly different question.
Sure, then interpret it the way that it obviously was.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a relationship coach. I don't know what you could have done or what I could have done to make our situation better.
Cool. Then you have
Why are you
screaming about me publicly then?
What I do know, because Steven, I feel uncomfortable with a lot of our relationship, and most of it is due to me having poor boundaries, right?
What does that have to do with me?
Because you also have poor boundaries.
How did I have a poor boundary with respect to you?
Well, it doesn't have to be in just respect to me. I think that the thing that sent me, I care more about...
No, I don't care about Anna. I don't care about your opinions on other relationships I have.
I care more about... When I say that you're messy, Steven, Stop.
Okay.
You're trying to, when I say that you're messy, I'm not even necessarily talking about our relationship. Like I said, I think we had a completely consensual, completely consensual sexual relationship. No qualms with it. Don't have a problem with it.
Except you publicly outing it and talking shit about it with big tech, but yeah. For literally no reason, yeah.
Well, first of all, I think that it's really uncharitable for you to think that I had any way of knowing that he was going to go public with that information.
Okay, that is... If you are going around to people and talking about, especially people that have got an antagonistic political relationship, I mean, you know, in terms of like, you know, big tech deals with Cozy TV, there's obviously connections and antagonisms there that exist politically. What fucking planet are you on if you think you can go and talk to someone from that arena and be totally shocked? Oh my God, you're telling me he leaked it? Like, of course he fucking leaked it. Do you know what I mean? What fucking planet are you on? You're talking to someone who's on like, who's involved with someone else who's got like this antagonistic relationship with Stephen. It's so ridiculous. Why the fuck would you trust someone like that? Also, why would you be going around talking to people like that in the first place? Maybe you might be able to justify talking to a close personal friend who's maybe not associated with the space whatsoever, right? Okay? On top of that as well, this weird relationship when big tech is the person that is responsible for getting Mr. Girl suspended is fucking insane too, but that's kind of besides the point, really.
Seriously?
Absolutely.
For big tech, the Nazi guy that fucking hates me and got Max Spam reported, you don't think he leaked shit about us?
First of all, I didn't know that he hated you. The only conversation that I'd had with Big Tech at that point,
of course he fucking hates me.
where was he was being extremely charitable to me and talking about sex work with me, and then also we had a private conversation about God, and he wanted me to read the Bible and all this shit. I had no fucking idea. I didn't know who this guy was. I didn't even.
Okay, wait, stop. Okay, but then just to be clear then, I didn't do anything improper with you. I was explicitly clear the whole time. And
I don't know if it's improper. I don't know if it's improper.
What do you not know? What are you having trouble figuring out here?
Because, Stephen, I think the ethics of having a sexual relationship with someone and then when...
According to you, spam... Okay, Mr. Geo, right, that's it. You're getting banned. That's it, you're gone. You're fucking gone. Too retarded to be a Chud Logic community member. Banned. I never said that spam reports don't get people banned, okay? I said that on Twitch, spam reports don't get people banned. YouTube is different, okay? YouTube is different. That is very clear. The only way you couldn't understand that is if you're too fucking retarded to listen to the words that I actually say.
When that sexual relationship now is like sort of mixed into then being on stream together in front of like 8,000 to 13,000 people when I'm also like being bullied pretty hard, which you acknowledged.
Okay, Lav, if you want to have
hold on. I think the ethics of that are questionable. I don't necessarily think that you've done anything evil or bad, but I think it's worth having a conversation about, right?
Okay, like, if you want to, no, you're not having that conversation. If you want to put on your...
No, I haven't had that conversation.
You cut me off every single time. If you want to have a big girl conversation about the nuances of mixing sexual relationships and streaming relationships, then have that conversation instead of continuing to say, it's a complicated thing that we should talk about. Then actually talk about it. Because I do explore those relationships and I try to... Let me finish my sentence. I explore those relationships in the most responsible way I know how to, which is by explicitly making sure that you know that none of that has to do with what happens on stream, and by checking in on you to make sure that you're still okay. Two things that I did explicitly. You can't keep saying, it's nuanced, when I've accounted for that. If you think there's a way that I haven't accounted for it, then let everybody know, or say, you know what? I have no problems with Steven, and literally every single issue we have came from my inability to to set boundaries, and for me hiding my feelings from him when he explicitly tried to check if I was okay.
Well, I don't accept that premise. Because you're like, well, just admit that everything was actually your fault, and Steven, interpersonal relationships are complicated.
You're not going to take that. That's a meaningless statement. When you say they're complicated, how is it complicated? What part was complicated?
It's complicated because when I came onto your stream, I didn't know who the fuck you were, and you didn't tell me about your audience Steven, you got so mad when I didn't let you talk. Please.
Much retarded shit. Go for it.
I had no way of knowing what I was in for, honestly. And maybe that could also be my fault, but also, I mean, that's kind of... If I were to have a friend of mine from like high school join my stream, I'd be like, hey, my stream gets a little fucking crazy. It's like a lot of people, and they're like, they get pretty rowdy. Are you sure that you're like ready for something like this?
Lav, we had spoken about online shit, and you'd already told me that you had been through multiple TikTok arcs where you used to be FW.
Never been through what your community did, ever.
Okay,
ever.
well, Lav, do you understand that there are public recordings of you bragging about how much more clout you had than me? How the fuck am I supposed to know? You were trying to say that I was the small fry compared to you, that you've dealt with way more hate than me because of TikTok. How am I supposed to know that you weren't ready for stream shit?
You're taking those things out of context, because both things can be true. It can't be true that, one, now there are people like Chud Logic who are like, this is like for clout. All she was is like, she was a nobody and she was trying to fuck Steven for clout. So absolutely, yeah, I'm gonna be like, well, I kind of already have.
Okay. That is, I have never said, to my knowledge, of my recollection now, I do not recall saying that Lav tried to fuck Steven for clout. I've never fucking said anything like that at all. It's nothing to do with fucking Steven for clout. The point I've made is real fucking simple and obvious. She's gone on his stream for the purposes of clout. She's gone on his stream for the purposes of fucking clout, right? I don't know if I've ever really commented beyond memeing about it. I don't think I've ever said that she tried to fuck Steven for clout, and I welcome anyone out there to find a clip of me saying it, and I'll address it if it exists, okay? Right? The point I've made is that she went on his stream for clout, and there's even examples where she has like blown off pre-existing arrangements that she's made in order to go onto Destiny's stream. Like when she was on a panel that she was pre-agreed to go on, she left the panel in order to go onto Steven's stream for the clout. Another example recently is where she blew off a smaller streamer, Tom Foolery. She said to Tom Foolery, I can't come on your panel tonight. And then later on was on Wick's panel with Chudology, because Chudology is someone with a lot of clout. Right? So this is the behavior that she repeats. It's nothing to do with sex. It's purely, she sees Steven's stream as an opportunity. Destiny's stream. I don't know why. I normally say Destiny. I'm getting personal. She goes on Destiny's stream to get fucking clout. It's obvious. It's such an obvious fucking thing. But she has to change it and twist it because that's too obvious and that's too true. So it becomes, rather than she's going on a stream for clout, which is just true, to, oh, Chud saying I slept with you for clout. Something I've never said and something I don't believe and don't comment on in that way.
Had an established career. And then when people are going to be like, okay, and then there's a different narrative, obviously, because two things can be true at once. When people bring up like, that I am also new in this sphere and I didn't really know anything in this sphere. Like, both things can be true at once and you're trying to make only one of them true and it doesn't work.
Why did you invite the harassment then constantly?
Well, it's not that I invited it as much as I became comfortable.
Were tweeting about
Steven, you asked me a question. You asked me a question. I know. You asked me a question. So with the fucking making me the villain thing, Steven, you do the same thing. This is how you respond. This is like how we try to cope with like public outcry.
Don't compare us. I'm not suicidal, Lav. I'm not complaining. I've been abused. You are.
I'm not suicidal anymore. But first of all, I was suicidal during that time, but I don't attribute that all to you. I attribute that mostly to the internet. And also,
that is not the way she put it across on that stream the other day with Max.
Yeah, Steven, I was coming off of a fucking benzodiazepine addiction. I was.
That would be really. Why don't you mention that next time instead of making it sound like I'm making you fucking kill yourself?
I've literally mentioned that. I've literally mentioned that so fucking often. If you haven't seen it, you haven't seen it. I've mentioned that.
I just watched you having 3 hours.
Wait, that is new information to me, and I'm apparently obsessed with this fucking idiot. What? That is completely new information to me. When has that ever been a thing? It's like she's creating new fucking narratives out of nothing and going, well, yeah, that's always been the case. Has anyone ever heard that before? Lav Peterson.
Hours of you literally said the worst times in your life when you got drafted into a fucking cult at 16, and then November when you were on my stream.
Yeah, November was really awful for me. I mean, one of your orbiters made a video.
You didn't mention anything about benzodiazepines then, did you?
Even one of your orbiters, or 2 of your orbiters actually made videos about me. Because Low Tier God also was an
pivot away from what you just said, but okay.
Sorry, I'm a little jumbled because you talk fast.
This is me. Lesson to any fucking wannabe e-thought idiots out there, okay? right? Really simple. If you make yourself the front page news of the drama scene, discourse, whatever, you're going to be in the news. Okay? That's how it fucking goes. It's obvious, right? It's funny that Lav doesn't seem to mind when she's a center of attention when it benefits her, does she? She doesn't complain about when she's a center of attention if it benefits her. It's only when she's a center of attention it doesn't benefit her. That's when she has a problem with it, and that's when she's suicidal. Oh, I was suicidal over this. Fuck off.
What was I?
On Max's stream, you said these were the 2 worst times in your lives. You never mentioned a benzo overdose. Actually, I'm going to be honest. I don't even know.
It's not an overdose detox.
It was an overdose. It was detox.
I don't even know if I knew you were ever detoxing from benzos. So that is not something.
Well, you knew that I was taking them because I took them when we were together.
Yeah, sometimes people. Yeah.
What's this? Wait, did they take benzos together?
I'm not detoxing off of Klonopin anymore. I'm not. People think that I'm having the fucking breakdowns that I had when I was detoxing that I'm now. No, I'm a very normal person.
Can you explain? Can you?
But it's tox.
It was an overdose. It was detox.
I don't even know if I knew you were ever detoxing from benzos. So that is not something.
Well, you knew that I was taking them because I took them when we were together.
Oh,
yeah. Sometimes people.
I took them when we were together.
Take a Xanax. That doesn't necessarily mean you're taking so many that you're abusing them.
Well, you don't have to. I wasn't abusing them.
She wasn't.
If you take any
detoxing
amount
off of benzos can be rough, even if you're not abusing them.
I wasn't abusing them. I was taking like a normal amount, but if you detox, it's
I'm
still.
sorry.
Here's the thing.
In my life heard somebody refer to like weaning off a medication as detoxing unless they're abusing them. My bad.
No, if it's a benzo, detoxing is just getting off of it.
It's real in this instance. I mean, I work with addiction and people that are not using and that have to go through this procedure. Some people straight up just don't even use benzos when they have a history of addiction because the come down can be a trigger to try and use again. So yeah, this is real.
Well, it's one of the only things.
I'm familiar with it because I have a close friend who's been trying to detox off of it.
Sure, that's fine. It would be nice in the future, maybe if you bring that up, because I don't think I've ever heard you bring that up as a reason why you were suicidal. You literally explicitly blame my community for it.
Steven, you also have to understand that if I come out like. I'm in a catch-22 where if I say, well, I was detoxing off of benzos, anytime I bring you up, your whole community is just going to be like, another excuse as to why she was fucking crazy. So I'm like, okay.
Let's just blame it on me for making you suicidal. That's so much better. Thanks, Lav. True.
Wait, I don't think that I blamed it fully on you, but I think that you definitely, Steven, I've watched you ban emotes in your chat when you are losing favor with your audience. You can absolutely do a little bit of fucking cleanup with me. It is not too much to ask.
I did do cleanup with you. Are you fucking serious?
You did after.
Not after.
I'll be honest with you, right? I remember, in my head, if I'm wrong, I'll happily be corrected. I remember Destiny doing one of his anti-misogyny arcs, you know, when Lav was Flavor of the Month on his stream. I remember Destiny, like, pushing back against his audience being mean and harsh to her. Or something like that. There is no cleanup here. There absolutely is no cleanup here, okay? I remember he did it with Brittany Simon. He did a sort of anti-misogyny thing with her. And I remember that he did it with Lav too. But I can't remember exactly what that looks like or the timeline, to be fair.
Even during, what do you think partially inspired the entire fucking anti-misogyny arc? Are you fucking
said that? Oh, I have logs when you said that. That absolutely wasn't me. I have logs of you saying that.
No, it's not you specifically, but it's the hate that women were getting in my community, and you were one of them. No shit, Sherlock.
No, you said this absolutely had nothing to do with me. I have a fucking log.
That's fine that you have a log of it. That's fine you have a log of me saying that, okay? But the reality is that when you were on my stream, I was also trying to clean up my subreddit with misogyny at the same fucking time.
You can just say something without substantiating it, but I can't? What the fuck?
What do you mean? You can go and find the subreddit post. Are you crazy?
No. What do you mean, am I crazy? You just said that Steven, I literally have
you're making the claim. You're making the claim.
You said that was not because of me. I knew that it was because of me, but you tried to make it like.
Okay, hold on. If you knew that it was because of you, then why are you saying I didn't do anything then?
Because you lied. Because you lied.
No, you're not making any sense right now. If I lied about that, then that means that you did know I was trying to do something to clean up my subreddit. So what do you mean? Did I lie or did I not? Was I trying to clean up the subreddit to make it a nicer place for women, or? You're just trying to get an own with me on like some inconsistencies in chat logs. The reality is I wasn't cleaning up misogyny, quote unquote, for you, but I was doing it because my community had a really disfavorable attitude towards women. And you were one of the big ones that was causing it. You and Brittany were. Not causing it, but it was happening with you guys. So of course I was
victim blaming.
It's not funny when you're making jokes when you and Mr. Girl are literally blaming me as like the Harvey Weinstein of Twitch and you're laughing about it. Like you have the most pretty girl syndrome of anybody I've ever met on the internet where nobody has ever held you accountable.
You said that I was mid earlier. What's the truth?
I said your pussy was mid, not you. Obviously, you're decently attractive, okay? But you have the most.
That my pussy's fucking top shelf. What the fuck are you talking about? Another lie. Substantiate that claim.
You have the most.
I gotta be honest with you, okay? Okay, I'm not gonna. No. I mean, from what I understand, can't you just pay to find out? Is that that's apparently, you know,
unaccountable behavior I've ever seen of anybody on the internet. And you try to it's insane because you're calling me Weasley while you're implying that I made you suicide.
Crucial from Discord last night. Run through, used up, filled with yeast. Just to be clear, I've top shelf blank. Middest pussy I ever seen.
That I was sexting you while you were blowing up on my stream, which wasn't true. That I was being coercive or abusive towards you, which you're now saying didn't happen at all.
Made me suicidal. I don't think you purposely made me suicidal.
Then do you acknowledge then that I haven't done anything wrong with you, and I went above and beyond to check and see if you were okay during all of our interactions?
I don't know if you did anything wrong with me. I want to believe that you didn't. I don't know. I hope that you didn't. I hope that you didn't.
You know, that's good enough for me. What is the statement, though? What is the statement?
Well, no, because Mr. Girl.
First of all, Steven is conflating what Mr. Girl is doing with how I feel when I have publicly said that I diverge from Mr. Girl's feelings about everything. I've publicly said this. I don't know how many times now, Steven.
But the problem with this narrative is you are patient zero. Like, you are patient zero in this whole thing, right? And I say that because she is the person that brought Anna and Max together to push forward with that element of it. Not even Anna. No, Anna is not patient zero at all. Lav is, because she's the person that fucking started and perpetuated all of this.
Even I really don't even have anything against you besides the fact that I just don't want to be.
Cool. So Mr. Girl's article is going to come out and it's going to say I was incredibly abusive and coercive towards Lab because this is like one of his 2 star witnesses.
Thank you for the sub.
And then somehow she's going to get behind it and try to like square it away with what she's saying now. But at least it's public here now. So whatever, I'm going on that.
Wait, Steven, there's no like, I'm not making a public statement. There's nothing I've said or there was no accusations of me in the fucking thing. It is literally, I just gave Max our logs and he had access to all of the live streams. That is literally it. There is no like, I'm not painting a narrative. I am literally,
you called me Harvey Weinstein. You say I'm sexually abusive and coercive to women. You say that I've fucked all these fucking people. You're leaking details about fucking everybody. How are you saying you're not painting a narrative when you're constantly doing these things about me?
When I said that you were the Harvey Weinstein of whatever the fuck, it was after finding out that you had sexual relationships with more than a few.
Why was Harvey Weinstein?
Why is it? Look at this. He's absolutely fucked himself. He's not going to be able to clear that line because it's covered. He's going to have to. Well, actually, no. He's fucked. He's fucked it.
Because he was all these girls were sleeping with him to get fucking gigs.
Have you seen any evidence of anybody trading sexual favors with me for stream time, or me even implying that I was doing this with anybody?
Okay, so Steven, this is when this conversation needs to expand, right? Because I'm not implying, or I don't think necessarily, and I'm sorry I said the Harvey Weinstein thing, because of what that implied, it completely took out the nuances that I believe are there in the situation. When we talk about stuff like sexual relationships on stream, I think this is a bigger conversation because now it's sort of moving out of like implicit consent and implicit conversations, and it sort of moves into this like murky interpersonal like dance that we do with each other, right? So it's like a conversation to be had. I don't think that you should be condemned.
Conversation?
Because it's real. First of all, I don't know enough about it, right? So maybe I will have this conversation.
Talking about it so
maybe
much?
Well, because people talk about things that they don't know about all the fucking time. You're not a fucking politician. You're not a politician.
You're
accusing me
of being improper the entire time. And I talk about these things because I live these things. These are important to me, and I do have real conversations about these. I don't constantly hide behind it's nuance every time somebody tries to call me out on something.
Steven, if you want to have this conversation with me, we can fucking have it. I also, to be honest, Steven, I dip my toe in talking about you. Obviously, I mean, I more than dip my toe. Sometimes I mean, the other day I completely full dived, which was not on purpose. But I am also like scared to talk about this shit. Like your community is fucking nuts. They're like, I mean, they're trying to dox me on kiwi farms. Like they're trying to like.
That's not my community. That's kiwi.
I know. But I'm again, Steven, I haven't really like even streamed. I'm a little scared to be in this space like at all. I mean, on Twitter I feel comfortable, but like I haven't really I think I've streamed like 5 times for the past like 3 months. Like this
How
whole
many of them were
world
talking
is
about
sort of
me?
spooky. This one.
That's it?
Of my personal streams, yeah, I went on to
How many
Max's
times are you
stream.
talking about me in personal discords and shit behind the scenes?
How many times are you talking about me in personal discords? What
Never.
the fuck,
I don't think
Steven?
about you guys. I'm past you guys. I've been done with you guys for months.
Steven,
and you guys are still working on this article
You
on
talk
me.
about us on fucking. What do you, Steven? Stop saying you guys. It's not me. I'm not fucking writing the article,
Dude,
Steven.
you're part of his family of weekly meetings, updating each other on this shit. What do you mean? Of course.
Wait. We don't have weekly meetings updating each other on this shit. We talk a lot, but it's not just like to talk about you.
Okay.
But also, being in your orbit and being friends with you has affected us deeply. And that's just sort of the truth.
I think it's the calling me a Harvey Weinstein. And
the guy on Kiwi Farms she's accusing of being part of Destiny's community is the guy who wrote that post last night. Oh yeah, I read through that yesterday. There was basically this schizo post on KF, and it's someone who is like trying to prove that Destiny and Lauren had some sort of like relationship thing or something. Very schizo. Not really any evidence that I could see. Not hard evidence, at least. Just kind of pointing to things and going, oh, this could mean this could mean that, and kind of bringing it all together. Yeah, Lauren Southern, yeah. Tons of evidence. People are saying it's true. I don't know, man. It's convincing. Don't get me wrong. I was convinced reading it last night, but there's not really enough solid. There's not like hard evidence. There's no silver bullet, you know. But yeah, there's obviously people who are on his thread who, you know, are probably from his community. Like, this guy's nuts. It's not just like someone that watches his streams and maybe posts in the Reddit. This guy is documenting like detailed aspects of his personal life to autistic levels, you know? So yeah.
Accusing me of sexual coercion with no evidence has deeply affected you.
Oh, no, I think even before that, the situation
A real fan.
deeply affected us, for better or for...
But the point is, if you look at Kiwi Farms, like 95% of the people that are going to be in that thread probably despise Destiny. They're like anti-fans, you know?
worse. And that could be, I mean, I don't necessarily think that that's your fault. I think it's just being in the public eye at such a large scale. But again, Steven, you're like putting a lot of like accusations and words in my mouth, like expanding off of things that I've said, and I don't...
This is what,
He's
if you were
probably
to
a
poll the
tier 6
community,
sub.
99% of people would agree that you've implied all of these things about me.
Yes, if you polled your community after you've been saying that I've said all these things about you, yes, that would absolutely
Even
be
Max's
true.
community.
Is Max's
community is not my community.
Yeah, but is Max putting words in your mouth? Because when you have streams with him, he's going to say certain things, and then you'll push back like you did and say, "Oh yeah, no, I don't know if Steven's done this. I don't know if I'd put it that way." But then Max will be like, "Well, maybe he did do those things." Like, and then you're like, "Oh, I'm not sure." So, like, the accusation of like putting
Beckett is sadly, this is Beckett of Crabs. He's sadly cursed with 2 problems when it comes to this sort of stuff. Number 1, he's British. And I know from personal experience, people have a problem with that, okay? Number 2, it's that when he talks a lot. So those are two things that are going to cause you a problem in this sort of dynamic.
Words in your mouth. Is that not also like, because Max again is using you as like whether like your star witness in the article or not, he's using you as part of that narrative which he is pushing. Because his abuse thing isn't just, oh, it's like Destiny sleeps with his orbiters. It's Destiny brings people onto stream, like puts them in a position where his community is going to go after them for content and drama, and then fucking laughs about it.
And I sadistically get off on it. Like that's
like it's like fucking wider than just sex.
Is there a single example of me? Yeah, go ahead.
I understand. This is why I wrote that fucking post where I was like, I wish that we could all just fucking talk.
Dude, I tried to talk to you off stream and you wouldn't engage with me.
Well, no, we tried to talk, and then you said that you were like recording me. That was Steven. That was also the wrong time to talk. Everything was supercharged.
Oh yeah, so I should have waited until after you and Max had already gone down this road of like writing the fucking Harvey Weinstein expose edition on me.
No,
what do you mean? When is the right time to talk?
I don't know.
Is it fully charged?
I think I unblocked you like a couple weeks ago. I don't know.
How the fuck am I supposed to know that? I'm not spam adding you to see if I can still message you on fucking Discord.
Yeah, I'm not expecting you to. I'm just saying my personal experience of this has been strange. This whole thing has been really strange.
That's great that it's been strange and fun and exciting and new. But on my end,
fun and exciting and new. It has not been.
Yeah, you're having a real life, and I got backstabbed by two people that I trusted. And now you're out here basically assisting somebody in writing a sexual... Well, now he's dropped all of that because he couldn't find anything.
Steven, I'm not assisting anyone. I just gave him our fucking logs. If there's nothing to worry about...
Every single person in the world knows you're lying.
If there's nothing to worry about, then there's nothing to worry about. I don't even know what the fuck is in those logs. I think he's trying to catch you on like lies or something. Like I have no idea.
You literally are saying like, don't spoil what's coming up. You literally joked with him about that on the stream.
That was a joke. That was
me saying
joke.
Welcome to the Orbiters Club, that was the most serious induction I've...
Nothing to hide, nothing to fear. Okay, look. The problem you've got with that, right, is like, okay, you know, if you've got nothing to hide, you've got nothing to worry about, right? But then you still wouldn't necessarily want, like, you know, I wouldn't want someone to go and message all of the... No, the point is like, it's like the IRS, right? It's like the IRS. Obviously, you might get investigated by the IRS, but it's going to be annoying, and it's going to, you know, you might not have anything to hide. Like, I've got nothing to hide in terms of my tax situation, right? But if it was like, right, Mr. Logic, we're going to be doing a full audit of your tax stuff, it's going to be hassle, it's going to be annoying, and it's going to be, you know, and then if you extended that and they were like, we're also going to message and talk to all the women that you've ever been with in, you know, in the last 5 years or whatever it is. Short list, 0. No thank you. No thank you to women.
Ever done in a pick for stream trade I've ever done.
No, I'm not. I didn't claim that was the most serious thing you've said. I just said that it's enough to muddy the waters a little bit in the same way where you thought that I was serious. I could have thought that you were serious. Like,
do you think that aside from Anna, which is a messy fucking smorgasbord of shit, which I admit, aside from Anna, have you seen, or do you think there has ever been a person that I've improperly engaged?
Okay, listen, Destiny is doing a little bit of a fast one there, where he's like, you know, the smorgasbord of shit with Anna, which I admit, right? That is a bit of cope from Destiny. Can we be real for a second? Because when that came out originally, he was on stream going, we've been fine for ages, guys. We've been totally fine for ages. The sexting's absolutely fine. We've been absolutely based for a long time. Come on, man. That's, you know, I understand. Obviously, it's embarrassing that it turns out that you've continued to sext with this person who has been like a mentally ill, like a thorn in your side for a long time, right? Come on, man. Come on now.
With on stream because of a pre-existing sexual relationship.
To be honest, Steven, I don't really know you that well. I sort of only know.
That's crazy because you seem to have so much to say about my ex-wife, about every other fucking personal relationship I've been on.
No, so this is what I'll say. So this is what I'll say. I remember the story that you told about my
ex-wife, the one where she and a coworker were trying to get me fucking fired.
Yes, and
you seem to leave out that entire
part. And then
part.
you brought up that you really like toxic relationships, and that was your thing.
Sure, I've joked about that, but when you brought that story up, you literally made it sound like I tried to get somebody fired for no fucking reason because I'm a fucking psychopath. You seem to conveniently leave out the part where both of them were trying to get me fucking fired for my job.
Okay, listen, Brawn Brawl, right? You are exactly the kind of fucking DGG retard that I find absolutely insufferable if that's a serious comment, okay? No one is going to convince me, right, that having a very fractious relationship with someone you talk about being mentally ill and harassing you and stuff like that, you can then just go back to a sexting relationship with them. No one is going to convince me ever that is like a thing that I would sign off on you would sign off on with a friend. If a friend came to you and said to you, hey, there's a woman that's been like harassing me and doing crazy shit with me for ages, and now we're sexting again, what do you think? Right? His fucking wife didn't know. I like, come on, open your fucking brain for a second. Please, I'm begging you, okay? I'm not saying that you need to fucking haul Destiny over the coals, but at the very least, it is like, you know, at the very, very, very least, it is inadvisable to do that. Will you at least agree that it is inadvisable to do that? Right? If it was all above board and everything was okay, why the fuck didn't Melina know about it, you fucking moron?
So I know that part.
No accountability, okay. Keep going forward.
That part. I know when you told me about what you've told me.
How is my statement dumb as fuck? It's really simple. Destiny has previously tried to, act like the thing with Anna was totally like fine, acceptable, and okay because they'd sorted things out. But now he's saying, yeah, that is a clusterfuck and that's a smorgasbord of stuff, right? I'm saying that that's cope to me because previously he has, put it across in a way that doesn't represent that in the same fashion. That's what I'm saying. It's really obvious. Everyone else understands. It's just you're going to stop getting one guide.
About your relationship with your wife, and your relationships in general. I know our relationship, I know your relationship with Max, and I know your relationship with Anna. And
okay,
I gotta be honest, the percentage
because he doesn't want to trigger her loops. It's not that hard to understand. Don't fucking... Is that a serious comment? Is that an actual serious comment that you're making? Oh, he's so concerned with triggering her loops that he's sexting her. What fucking kind of statement is that? You're fucking retarded.
Rate on the percentage on which of those is healthy? Probably little. Probably
gotcha.
very little.
So the answer is no. You have literally no reason whatsoever to assume.
Your Honor, the only way I could possibly stop this mentally ill, deranged person from looping on a mental illness was to continue to have sexual interactions with her. You don't understand.
Any way, size, shape, or form that I'm improperly acting with a bunch of, by the way, young girls. You realize Anna is like my age, right? That I'm improperly acting with young girls on stream. That's Max's claim that you constantly support.
Okay.
So I've done nothing wrong for you. I've done nothing wrong by you. You've admitted that. And I've done nothing wrong that you know of. That you've also said. Okay.
No,
you tried everything else. I tried everything, but I hadn't thought of the actual correct solution. And that was to sext with her. It was sexting for the greater good. It was tactical sexting, guys. It was tactical sexting. Okay, this is so simple, right? What's more fucking likely? What's more fucking likely, right? Unironically, you are fucking lost. If you genuinely think that that is like true, you're fucking lost, okay? You are falling for fucking retardation, okay? That is the stupidest shit I've ever fucking heard in my life.
I'm begging you to stop conflating what Max has said with what I have said.
No, you guys are both two peas in a pod. Of course, you're going to be taken together.
No.
Yes, whether you like it or not.
Steven,
you guys are paired this entire way.
You're wrong. I have done nothing but say that I don't agree with everything that Max has said. That is
no,
every
that's
single
not
time
true.
I talk about it
SSRI.
Bro, we just watched you for 3 hours on my stream giggling along and how horrible and abusive and coercive I am. I don't know why you think you can rewrite history. We can see the fucking VOD, dog. We all watched this shit like 3 hours ago.
And you claimed earlier that you thought that this is a
Listen,
good conversation.
look, I'll just put it clearly, right? Everyone in chat that for some reason is trying to defend this because they are so fucking invested in their fictional relationship with Destiny, they feel they've got to defend this. When people that are closest to him, that are actually his friends and partners and stuff, are criticizing it, right? You've got fucking Melina and Dan that are criticizing this, okay? And you're trying to fucking defend it. You're fucking delusional. You've lost the plot. You're fucking retarded, okay? You are never going to convince me of your way of thinking about this. It's impossible. You're wasting your time. You're barking up the wrong tree.
conversation to have. Remember about the power dynamics and everything, but at the same time, you're saying now that you just don't know enough about him in his personal life to be able to comment affirmatively on whether or not there's been some kind of abuse of power or sexual.
Welcome back, Portland. How we doing?
Max seems to think that there has been. And so when I hear from someone close to me who's writing an article and who's doing a lot of
Okay, I'm not going to read all of this. I'm literally not going to. I've just said to you, I'm just going to purge the message. You're not going to convince me. It's impossible. You are engaging in an impossible task. I'm not going to read your fucking schizo screeds in my chat, okay? If you keep talking about it, you're going to get fucking banned.
Background on Steven, my first implication is to somewhat believe them.
Also, can I just, for the record, you can tell me that the only reason you and Max are connected is because I rebuilt that bridge.
Okay,
after
Max.
He called you an attention whore pedophile.
Okay, Max. Right. I hope it. Listen. Oh, fuck's sake. Okay, you've literally fucked this up as well because I just clicked in the VOD. You're getting banned. You're getting fucking banned. Where are you? You're getting banned. That's it. Over. It's over. That's it. See you later. Get the fuck out of here. It's on site, okay? DGG fucking tier 6 retard speds, it's on site. Maxell retard fucks, it's on site now. You're gone. I'm sick of it. I'm not having it anymore, okay? Now this is fucked. Where was I in the VOD? Where was I in the VOD? Let's have a look. It's over. It's done. I'm sick of it. I'm so sick of these fucking idiots from the extremist elements of each community saying the most retarded shit I've ever heard in my life. And then I get called Max, right? I get called fucking Max. On the one hand, I get called a fucking Destiny dick riding orbiter white blood cell, and the other side, people are calling me fucking Max. Are you for real? Are you serious right now? Are you for real? Are you serious right now? Are you for real? Okay, let's find it. Okay, we got it. What is it? 522. Okay. Don't worry, guys, we got it.
What you've told me about your relationship with your wife, and your relationships in general. I know our relationship. I know your relationship with Max, and I know your relationship with Anna.
Oh, thank you.
And
Okay,
I
so
gotta,
the
and I
answer
gotta
is
be honest.
no.
The
Yeah, the
percentage
answer is
rate
no, then.
on
Okay.
the percentage on which of those is healthy.
Oh, hey, Dan.
Probably little. Probably.
Dan, are you around?
Very little.
So the answer is no. You have literally
talk.
no reason whatsoever to assume in any way, size, shape, or form that I'm improperly acting with a bunch of, by the way, young girls. You realize Anna is like my age, right? That I'm improperly
did I
acting
say
with
young?
young girls on stream.
Steven,
That's Max's claim that
Jewish Chud logic. Oy vey. What the fuck? This actually does look like me, doesn't it? Although, I've got to be honest with you, okay? I'm getting a bit sick of this racism. Every single white guy with a beard and glasses. This one is fair enough, though. We do look quite similar. I'll give you that one, okay? I'll give you that one.
that you constantly support.
Okay,
So, okay,
Steven,
so
no,
I've done
what do you
nothing
mean
wrong for
constantly
you.
support? Steven,
I've done nothing wrong by
I'm
you.
begging
You've admitted
you,
that.
Steven,
and I've done
I am
nothing wrong that
begging
you
you-
know of. That you've also said.
Steven,
Okay.
no, I am begging you to stop conflating what Max has said with what I have said.
No, you guys are both two peas in a pod. Of course, you're going to be taken together
No.
through the whether you like it or not.
Steven,
You
I
guys
have
are
done nothing-
paired this entire
Steven,
way.
You're wrong. I have done nothing but say that I
Okay.
don't agree with everything that Max has said. That is
No,
every
that's
single
not
time I talk
true.
about it publicly. That is
No,
literally what I
bro,
said.
we just watched you for 3 hours on my stream giggling along and how horrible and abusive and coercive I am. I don't know why you think you can rewrite history. We could see the fucking VOD, dog. We
No
all
worries,
watched
have a good
this
one,
shit
Dan.
like 3
Hope you
hours
well.
ago.
And you claimed earlier that you thought that this is a good conversation to have, remember, about the power dynamics and everything. But at the same time, you're saying now that you just don't know enough about him and his personal life to be able to comment affirmatively on whether or not there's been some kind of abuse of power or sexual.
Welcome back, Portland. How we doing?
Max seems to think that there has been. And so when I hear from someone close to me who's writing an article and who's doing a lot of, background on Steven, my first implication is to somewhat believe them.
Also, can I just, for the record, you can tell me that the only reason you and Max are connected is because I rebuilt that bridge after he called you an attention whore pedophile and banned you from his Discord, right?
Yeah. Do you want that win, Steven? Yes, you were the reason that me and Max are
Yeah, I do want that
friends.
win. Thank you. Okay, just making sure.
I don't know why you're why? What does that mean?
Because I think it's important to show the difference between how he's treated you versus how I've treated you. And to pretend like I'm the abusive coercive one here is fucking insane.
It is definitely true that Max has been extremely abusive to me, and we talked about that.
Intentionally abusive. Not
incredibly
like
abusive to
not
multiple
this weird
people.
roundabout thing that you're accusing me of, but like
Thank you for the
literally
sub.
directly called you a pedophile and banned you from his fucking Discord.
Steven, you have been directly abusive. I've seen some crazy tweets from you, a few years ago of you saying some fucking crazy things.
What does this have to do with you?
Steven, it's not just when you're asking about
You
our
literally have
relationship.
the F slur tattooed on your fucking lips, and you're gonna tell me about fucking saying crazy shit 5 years
I eat pussy. I eat pussy. I can fucking say the F slur.
Oh my
But
god.
no, I think that when you ask me, when you say, so you admit I've done nothing wrong.
By
With
you.
me, I think that I don't know. I think that I don't know. I don't feel particularly traumatized by any certain action that you have done to me.
But my community made you suicidal.
When I look at your my whole experience with you, and this is why it's so confusing, is because personally, I think our relationship was extremely comfortable, right? I think that personally, our relationship was really great, and I really valued it. And this is what I talked to Steven about, and this is what I posted on the Reddit about, is I thought I really valued our
Which
individual
made it all the more
friendship.
fun when you backstabbed me and teamed up with Max to write a fucking Harvey Weinstein hit piece on me, but
I'm sorry that you see it that way. I think that
that's what it is. That's reality.
Steven, I think that,
You
okay,
keep
and I
saying that
acknowledge,
you
and I
only-
I'm
acknowledge,
sorry
and I
you see
acknowledge
it
that you
that
felt that
way.
way. I also felt extremely slighted when I thought that you could have done more.
It's funny how her feelings are super valid and stuff, right? Destiny to me, that is just what's happened, right? I don't know how else you can characterize it, right? Like, it's absolutely true that she has spoken to Max, and her testimony about what's happened is a big aspect and a center point of Max's article, from what we understand what's been released publicly. But then it gets characterized as, I can see why you'd feel that way about it. No, that's what's happened. You're the person that is relying on your feelings rather than the facts.
To protect me, and you did not.
And we've already, just to be clear on this conversation, we've already pointed out I explicitly tried to, and you rejected my help. But
No, I did not reject your help. In fact, I went on your stream and I cried to you about it, and you were like,
on.
I just don't moderate my Reddit.
okay,
And your whole chat was
rewind-
like, she's ulting, and
Yep.
you were like laughing about it.
I know, that's Max
So I
expected that line a
think
lot. So
that's
let's rewind the clock. I literally explicitly asked you if you were okay, and you said you were, when you were getting the most hate. And then you tweeted out antagonistic tweets saying you wanted to be the villain. So I did explicitly check up on you.
We forgot to talk about that. The villain thing. I think when people have already painted this narrative and this picture about you, there's really no way to go but double down on it. At least that's what I thought at the time. I shouldn't have. That wasn't a healthy display of my feelings. But that's what I did. Shouldn't have done that. I certainly didn't want to be the villain, but I felt like there were kind of limited options for me.
Or you could just, what did I say? Didn't I tell you guys explicitly, why not just not engage for a few days and it goes away? That was always an option. And I'm pretty sure I even told you that was an option. That's always been an option.
Yeah, you did tell us about that. And I will be honest, Steven, I think this is the way that things went for us. I was really hurt, and I was going to just... I mean, you were there. You saw the thing with me and Max where Max was just like, you don't have to be on Steven's stream anymore. And I was just going to be like, you know what? I'm probably not going to go on the stream anymore. I get myself into a lot of
Oh my God.
And I get myself into a lot of trouble, and I don't want to deal.
Bro, I don't know if you think I'm socially retarded. Obviously, you're not talking about like, oh, I'm going to take a break from Steven's stream because it's healthy for me. That was the whole like, I need you to recognize that Steven and his stream are abusers and abusive, and you need to separate from that environment to save you. That's what that was about. That wasn't about you just like taking like a week off to like chill.
I need to let you know
Max,
that I have a brain separate of Max, and although Max can tell me certain things, I still can think for myself. So even when I'm nodding along to what Max is saying, in my brain, I am not mindlessly agreeing with what he is saying. I'm chewing it over and I'm metabolizing it.
You're literally letting him mute you on stream because he's worried you're going to get in trouble with the thing. He's probably going to shout at you for this stream.
It's not that he's worried that I was going to get in trouble. It's that if I talk about Brianna Wu, then I have to talk about a whole plethora of other things because of what Brianna Wu brought up. And he knows that I get extremely unregulated when talking about that, and that it just doesn't bode well for me anytime I do it. You told me, you literally did the same exact thing where you were like, you shouldn't talk about this, and he's doing the same thing.
Can you admit about the Hassan thing that I was not blackmailing you or holding that over your head in the slightest, that I was doing that for that's an example of me trying to protect you.
Here we go.
Hardcore.
Yeah. I can't admit that it was you trying to protect me, but in that last conversation when you brought up like, look at the things that I've done for you. Or
yeah, I remember.
It felt
By the way, this in that Patreon post was fundamental to a point that she was making. It was like a crescendo of the piece, the idea that he was holding this over her. And now it's been walked back. And what's going to happen now? She's going to turn it into, well, no, then this happened and it means this. And it gets twisted into some new claim. It's fucking classic Lav.
Well, extreme when you brought up, like, look at the things that I've done for you. Or
yeah, I remember.
It felt extremely manipulative when you were like, look at the things I've done for you. I told Zerka to not talk about it. I told I've tried to.
You're accusing me of being a horrible friend. So of course I'm going to bring up, I don't think I am a horrible friend. Look at these things I've done for you.
I know.
That when you did that,
gets twisted. It's so funny how it is something, it gets pushed back on. Actually, no, it's not that. It's this other thing. And this new thing is crafted as to how actually this is what it is now. It's wild.
Did that and I was so mad at you.
Yes. Him holding it over her was a primary justification for the whole manifesto and talking about Hassan. Exactly.
When you did that, I was like, he's gonna, now that we're not friends, he's gonna fucking, it's like literally what you did earlier on stream where you were like, should I tell everyone about Connor? And it's like, I don't know what you're gonna do, Steven. So I thought, hold on. So I said, fuck, I'm just gonna come out with it so he has nothing. I don't know if that's called blackmail.
Lav,
I don't know.
You understand that I have never leaked any personal thing about you until tonight when I saw you and Max do a 3-hour shit talk session on me, and you have leaked constantly about me. Why would you assume? I don't think at any point in my entire Twitch career have I ever leaked personal info on shit on people that haven't started leaking a lot of shit about me first. I've never done that. You had no reason to think I was going to leak anything relating to that. And also, you'd already leaked all of it publicly anyway. You talked about it in Chud's Discord. Train and Zerka and who God knows, God else already knew about it. The idea that I'm holding this over you or like trying to manipulate with you, it just doesn't make any sense. I don't even think you believe this. I think you're desperately holding on to this for God knows what reason to try to make me seem fucking.
I'm not holding on to it. I even said, I literally, I mean,
okay, all right, we agree that I wasn't, okay.
I literally made a Reddit post where I was like, this could have been a big misunderstanding, but at the time, I definitely thought that it was manipulative for him to bring that up, and it scared me, and so I was like, I'm just gonna fucking spit it out.
Yeah, but I feel like you never actually addressed that on any stream, though. You kind of allowed that narrative to persist.
I've not streamed very often, so
I mean, when you go onto other streams, though, like to talk.
Wait, no. I said it on. I think I said it on Elder Drazi. I'm actually positive that I did.
I don't remember that.
It's impossible.
Well, I don't care. Listen, as long as you said it now, I'm fine with it. I don't care.
True.
All right. Well, is there anything else you guys need me here for?
I think we're good.
Can't think of anything.
Miss Leah Lizard, Femoid, whatever the fuck your name is now.
Yeah. Well, it was crazy to talk to you.
Yeah, it's been real, fam. Okay. I heard that TwitchCon's in Vegas, so if you want to ride down, just let me know, okay, buddy?
Sorry, I thought I was muted for that. Fuck.
Oh my god, no way.
I've been saying that all through this shit. I've just been like,
I would not be surprised if Destiny meets up with her and fucks her in Vegas. That wouldn't surprise me. I'd just be like, yep. That would just be normal.
Oh, fuck me.